Hello and welcome to another episode of Launching Out. This podcast is designed to inspire and to motivate you to reach your goals and your dreams. Listen, I am excited on today for number one, what the Lord is doing even in my life and in yours, because you are on this morning listening live to me. And I am so grateful for you that have supported me throughout the years and continue to be there and support. Thank you so much for your continuous support of Olu Brown Motivations and launching out the podcast. Listen, I want to also invite you to go to my website, www.olubrownmotivations.com. There you will be able to find resources that I believe will help you to reach your goals and your dreams. I also want to thank my corporate sponsors, that and the personality, the businesses of Cooper Realty, and also Cooper Realty has been there for me. David Cooper, in particular, and his company has been there for me to support me throughout the years. They have been a proud sponsor and supporter of Olu Brown Motivations and this podcast, Launching Out. Please go and see David Cooper if you have need for real estate or just want to understand what the market is doing. This is a good time to buy you a home or make an investment. So go see my good friends at Cooper Realty and tell them I sent you. Also, I want to thank my sponsor at Archangel Transportation. Archangel Transportation have been there. They've taken me to all of my events throughout the years and continue to do so. They are committed to service excellence. And if you have a need for a ride, or this is not Uber, this is not a taxi cab, this is an executive transportation service that shuttles people from one place to another, shuttle a group. If you have trying to take a group to the beach or trying to take a group to on vacation and you're going to the airport as a group or you're going to an event as a group, Archangel Transportation, numbers on the screen, please give them a call and tell them I sent you. I also want to thank my friends at Delta Funeral Services. They too have been there for me throughout the years and have supported me. Delta Funeral Services have been a great sponsor of Olu Brown Motivations and the podcast Launching Out. Go and see my friends at Delta Funeral Services. I have used them and they have provided excellent service to me and my family. So please, I'm not telling you anything to go somewhere where I haven't been. So go and see them and let Brother Dalton and his staff know that they saw this on Launching Out, the podcast, and Olu Brown Motivations. And I have asked them to go and see you for services that is much needed. Again, thank you so much. I also want to thank my wife. She has created Trendy Ties and has been creating beautiful ties and sharing in with the community. Give her a call and she can provide for you a design or tie for a single tie or for a group. Just give her a call and speak to her and find out what it is she can do for you. So again, thank you so much for your support. Also, you can support me by buying a copy of the book if you haven't done so already. This is used to provide resources and scholarship resources for this program to continue. Also, scholarships for young people around the world that are going to school. These are some of the young faces that have benefited from the scholarship that I have provided. And so, think it not robbery to support young minds halfway across the world. You never know where God will come cause you to encounter these young people. So again, thank you so much for being a part of Olu Brown Motivations and this podcast launching out. Thank you so much for your support. And I don't take it lightly that you are spending time to support me and be a part of this program. One way you can support me, number one, is by tuning in every Friday at 9 a.m. We are on live and we're bringing you information and sharing with you uh, something that will help you to grow and become better and reach your goals and your dreams. Also, you can go to the website, www.olubrownmotivations.com. There you'll be able to find resources that I believe will help you to reach your goals and your dreams. Also, you can support us by way of Cash App. Uh, it's on the screen, $ Olu Brown Motivation. Resources from there too will also help in our scholarship program. Also, you can support us by way of Zelle. And so please, 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 you have been there for us before, and I ask you to continue to support us as we um, continue to support young people around the world. But listen, I am excited today. I have a guest, a very special guest, a friend, someone that share the idea of uh, community, someone that brings people together, has a great mind and love for people. I always say this, and I say it again. I am in the people helping business, and so I love to bring people on that will also share with you in the people helping business. And so I want to introduce to you a good friend, someone that I believe is doing great work in our community. And I would like to shine the light on her and give her flowers, even right now, as we are working. And we haven't arrived yet, but we are working toward our goals and our dreams for not just our life, but the life of our friends, our family, and our community. We are grateful to God for what He is doing in our life. And so I want to invite my good friend, my sister, to this program. I want to invite uh, Miss Jennifer Jitter. I am my mother's daughter. I
Yes.
am my mother's daughter. One more
Yes.
time. I
I
am
am
my
my
mother's
mother's
daughter.
daughter.
I love it. I love it. Welcome to the program. Welcome to Launching Out.
Thank
It's good to
you.
have you.
Thank you so very much. You don't know, when you reached out to me, I was elated as well as humbled for you to even think of me and to think of my ministry, because I do consider this to be a ministry. To even think of me to be on your podcast. Of course, you're doing a fantastic work at yourself, all that you're doing. And I was indeed blessed as well as honored for you to even consider um, what I consider just a small group that's trying to make the difference in the lives of women who have lost their mothers. So thank you for allowing me this opportunity to hopefully reach the masses.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think very highly of you and the work that you are
Thank
doing.
you.
And so, it is an honor also to have you on today to share with me. And
Thank
people are eager, they're anxious to know that what does this mean? I am my mother's daughter. And people want to know. So please, let's have a discussion. Let's have a conversation about what it means and how you got started with this idea of I am my mother's daughter?
Well, unfortunately, the group came about after the passing of my mother, Carolyn Jeter. She passed away in 2016, November of 2016. So honestly, that's how it got started. I'm an only child, so most of the time when people referred to me or would see me, that's Carolyn's daughter, very, very few, like would ever call me by my name. They would just say, that's Carolyn's daughter, because they said I favored my mom so much. So in regards to how the organization came about, again, was due to the passing of my mother. So being an only child and trying to navigate through grief, I decided to start this organization because I felt that I was not alone in this process. So being, losing your mother is, thankfully you have not dealt with that. But for a daughter who has lost their mother, it's really and truly life-changing. Not only do you have to go through or navigate through your grief, but also you have lost, your best friend, you have lost your confidant, you have lost the person that encouraged you, your cheerleader. So how do you kind of regroup and get yourself somewhat back together after losing someone that has such an impact and has literally sowed their all into your life, and then all of a sudden they're gone? I don't think anyone can ever be prepared for, completely prepared for death. But if you have tools and people in place to help support you through that process, it really makes it a lot easier. I'm not going to say it makes it completely better, but it helps in the process. So again, I Am My Mother's Daughter came about from the passing of my mother in 2016.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. And you are absolutely right. I believe that it is so needed that you never know till you go through it. Right.
Right.
That's what's hit you so
Mhm.
hard that wow, because once your parents or your mothers are with you, I'm fortunate to still have mine,
Mhm.
and by his grace. And but when that day comes,
Right.
what, right? Yeah.
Right.
So helping people to navigate through that really makes a difference. And I'm sure it brings some sort of calm and peace to you, knowing that you serve in this area, in this capacity.
Right. So actually, my mom, again, she passed away in 2016. So I launched I Am My Mother's Daughter in 2017. And because, whatever reasons, I at that particular time, I was concerned about people receiving it. So, of course, the turnout, unfortunately, and I'm just going to be frank, unfortunately, in our community, we struggle talking about grief, right? We struggle talking about death. That's just something that we don't want to talk about. So even in conversations, I remember my mom, she would say, well, this is where I got this, I have my obituary stuck right here in the Bible, or this is where the life insurance policy is, or this is where, such and such is, important stuff that I needed to be paying attention to, right? And I'd be like, Ma, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to hear about that, or I don't want to, know. But still, I was taking a mental note, of where she was telling me different things were. But, we just have a stigma sometimes in our community that we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about death. We don't want to talk about passing, or, losing a family member or losing a loved one. Those are things, sometimes those conversations we try to avoid, right?
Right.
So again, in 2017, the turnout was kind of low. I did a couple of meetings, and very few people turned out. But I believe where my turning point was, and God clearly spoke to me, was during COVID in 2020, because so many people, lost loved ones, lost mothers. And even during that time of isolation, where people were pulled away from their families and pulled away from their loved ones, and people that did lose loved ones, they were really and truly trying to navigate this grief process, because there was no fellowship, there was no, repasses, there was no ability for people to come together and even connect to help people even truly mourn or grieve their loved ones. So I saw, even from social media, people posting and expressing grief and loss during this particular time, especially, during COVID. And I was like, okay, this is my nudge to get back to doing what God had called me to do. And that, again, was, I am my mother's daughter. So I said, I'm going to be obedient this time. And it doesn't matter if one person shows up to a meeting or 20 people show up to a meeting. I'm going to be obedient, and I'm going to do what God has called me to do. So in the latter part of 2022, we started back having our meetings. So we meet once a month at the Renolda Branch Library. So we meet January through July, and then we take a break for the summer, and then we come back September through December, and we meet at the Renolda Branch Library in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you for being obedient to the call. And I can relate. Sometimes you have to get called more than once to do what you need to do.
Yes. Yes, yes.
And but that is so true for so many people. But it has created a safe place for women. And
Yes.
yes, it really has, because they have a place now they can meet, and other people they can connect with to
Yes.
To be able to share their story, and to talk, and to find that, and to grieve.
Mhm.
What does that mean, a safe place for women, when you look at what your community of daughters are doing?
Right. So when I say safe place, that means they're able to come and connect with other daughters that can really and truly relate to where they are. So, sometimes we hear it all the time. People may have girlfriends or associates or coworkers, and someone may say, and it's just cliche. Sometimes people don't even realize what they're saying to after they've said it. But it's really, honestly, if you have not lost your mother, you really cannot relate to the grief that one may be experiencing. So someone that hasn't lost their mother can't tell someone that has, well, I understand. You know what I'm saying? Because they
Right.
really truly don't understand, right? So sometimes out of just out of cliche as things that we say, we say things like that. Or we tell someone to be strong, or things of that nature. But again, when we say a safe place for women together, daughters together, that means that they can come into a meeting, they can share, they can cry, they can be vulnerable, they can be mad, they can be angry, and the sister that's sitting beside them is not sitting in judgment. because they can relate. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because grief has different stages. So where I may be in a good place right now, my sister may not be in a good place. So I can relate, and she is safe to express herself. You know,
Yeah.
she's safe to be vulnerable. She's safe to cry. She's safe to know that, hey, I'm not in this process by myself. So being able to see other faces, being able to have an embrace from a sister that really and truly understands where they may be in their grief process is really is really a life changing moment. I have had ladies to come into the meetings, and they have come in feeling one way, but once they experience or hear conversations, hear testimonies of other women, they exit totally different.
Mhm.
And it's just absolutely a beautiful experience to be able to connect, really and truly connect. So many friendships, relationships, and community has been fostered through this process.
Absolutely. And I like what you said, that grief has different stages.
Yeah,
And that is so true. That is so true of life. You
yeah,
know, yeah, that's why, the Bible talks about the steps of a good man or a good woman is all steps and stages. It's a
yes, yes,
process. Yeah.
yes.
So that's life. So tell me, like, when you come upon days like holidays like Mother's Day or these special holidays, Christmas and Valentine's and these kind of these occasions, how do you cope with that? What does that, looks like for someone like yourself?
Well, for myself, I know that some holidays are better than others. Some are more challenging, than others, especially like my mother's birthday or Christmas. Thanksgiving and Christmas were her favorite holidays. So I usually try to start the day, those days or those special holidays off in gratitude. Just thanking God for the opportunity to have had time to spend with my mother. Get what I'm saying? So being grateful for those moments and those memories. But then possibly throughout the course of the day, I try to do something to remember her. So even, for example, one thing that I did this past birthday, my mother's birthday, um, I know sometimes on Saturdays we used to ride out. We would go to Thruway Shopping Center and, just maybe have a girls' day out or just go running errands or whatever. And Krispy Kreme donuts on Stratford Road. If
Yeah.
we saw the hot light on, we would go and get a Krispy Kreme donut. So, for example, her birthday this past January, um, even though I have relocated, I found a Krispy Kreme and I went and got some donuts, and I had a Krispy Kreme donut in her honor
Wow.
because that's one of the things that we would do when we would go to Thruway Shopping Center. If the hot light was on, we would
Yeah.
go get a dozen of donuts, and by the time we got back home, the dozen was almost gone because we would eat them up, because the hot light was on. So that was something that I did this year in regards to her birthday. So that's how I kind of celebrated her and did something to honor her memory and cherish, times that we had together. One thing I do at Christmas is in regards to decorating of my Christmas tree, I usually hang an ornament in her honor, and I usually do a memorial on a table, in her honor, with a candle and her picture. And that's something that I do to in her memory. So that's usually how I try to include her still in my life today in regards to keeping her memory, keeping her spirit alive. So again, those are ways that or things that I do to try to stay positive or try to keep her spirit, with me. But again, that may not work for everyone. But the holidays can be very, very tricky. So even in that process, I try to stay positive, reflect. If I need to go to the Word of God, I do that as well. But again, just doing positive things to try to keep her memory and her spirit alive in me.
Yeah, that's so nice. And as you was talking, I can, I'm just thinking like other people that are listening to you that are not part of your organization can take some sense of comfort, like, hey, this some of the things that I could do, in case they have lost a loved one. Doesn't have to be a mother, maybe a father or brother or somebody of that nature. That same, concept can apply to find ways to honor them during the holidays and other times like that. And as you was talking about the Krispy Kreme donut, folks, if y'all don't know what she was talking about, that's the original Krispy Kreme. Okay, the original Krispy Kreme at Thruway Shopping Center, and they have that hot and now, and
Yeah,
you go and get it right now.
yeah,
Before that light goes off, you go and
right,
get your
right.
donut, and you can squeeze it; it'll melt in your hands. All right,
Yeah.
I'm doing a commercial for Krispy Kreme now. But anyways, that is that those special times like that just makes all the difference. Now,
And
how?
one thing that I do encourage too, um, if you need to get away, you know what I'm saying. If you need to travel, again, sometimes, and I hope the individuals that are listening will hear my heart. Sometimes you may not be able to go to, especially in the beginning, you may not be able to go to the Thanksgiving dinner. You get what I'm saying? You may not be able to go to the Christmas dinner because sometimes the memories that are there sometimes can be overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? Um, and even if you do participate in those activities, it may be a moment during that time that you may need to step away, right? You
Right.
may need to take a moment and kind of, you know, get away
Mhm.
because sometimes even being in those family settings and being around others sometimes can be overwhelming for some people. So even in this process, so in our meetings that we do monthly, prior to the holidays, I have facilitators to come in. um, I have a great relationship with Trillis in Winston-Salem, which used to be hospice. And I have a really great relationship with the grief counselors there. And usually prior to the holiday season, probably about October of November, I have a facilitator to come in to talk to the ladies about how to navigate their grief, during the holidays. And so they share some amazing information that help prepare the ladies to get their mind, their heart, their body, um, you know, prepared for the holiday season.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is so important. As we are having this conversation, you know, uh, I too am dealing with loss of a good friend, a good brother, father figure. Even
Mm,
I'm talking about in the personality of uh, Deacon Caesar Ingram.
mm,
He's been really close to me throughout the years, and
mhm.
so just hearing you talk about these different ways to honor and to keep that memory alive,
Yeah.
is helping me,
Mm,
even in the moment, and so.
mm.
Um, I'm just so grateful. I'm thankful for you and what you're doing. Just hearing you is having an impact on me. So I can only imagine how, others that are with you in person and are sharing and being a part, how, that, make other women feel that
Right.
just starting to deal with this process.
Mhm,
Like I said, there's stages of it. And
mhm.
what about those that are um, young women, maybe people that are in teenagers, even?
Well,
How
wow.
do they fit in?
Mhm. It's I find it, well, not very coincidental, but I was going to bring that up later in the show. But that is one of the initiatives that we're going to start working on when we start meeting back in September, um, because um, we cannot forget about, you know, this organization is for young adults or grown women who have lost their mother. But there are so many young ladies, I would say teenagers or high school students, that have too lost their mother. So just imagine, as a full grown adult, I was, let me see, I was 36, I believe, when my mom passed away. Yeah, 36 when my mom passed away. So just imagine a high schooler, a young lady that has lost their mother, and she's not there to coach or mentor or um, be there for special moments like prom, graduation, you know, just things that a young lady experience or go through life, maybe going through life and have to figure those things out, void of, the mother. So, one of the initiatives that we're going to be launching when we start back our meetings in September, because we take off for the summer and we will start our meetings back up in September, we're going to connect with the local school system
Mhm.
and try to make some connection so where us as older daughters can connect with younger daughters or younger young ladies that too have lost their mother, and do some type of partnership or mentorship where we can work with those young ladies and help them as young ladies to navigate through their grief.
That is awesome. That is awesome. That is really awesome because there's so much going on in our community, you know,
Yes,
um, that they are dealing with, our young people are dealing with. And so,
yes,
yeah, it really matters on, you know, uh, kind of nurturing them through the process in a way.
yes,
And
yes.
so, yeah, thank you for doing that. So, what are some of the things you all have going on this summer? I know y'all just took a trip, and maybe you want to talk a little bit about that trip. I don't know if you can, but what are some of the exciting things y'all got going on? I know you keep it excited. So
Yes.
yeah.
So we just concluded the first half of 2026. So like I had said earlier, we kind of have like two meeting sessions. So we meet January through July, and then we take off, excuse me, January through June, and then we take off for the summer. So we meet January, February, March, April, May, and then we conclude it in June with a photo shoot. And then we take off for the summer, and then we come back in September. We take off during the summer because a lot of people are traveling and spending time with family. So we just concluded our first half of 2026. So we did a retreat, our second annual retreat, and we went to Savannah, Georgia. It was about 28 of us that went to Savannah, Georgia. Again, all the ladies that participated have not lost their mother, but the majority of them have. So we had a great 4-day getaway in Savannah, Georgia. We did some sightseeing. We did a brunch cruise where we got all dressed up and just had a good time. Just had an awesome time fellowshipping, getting to know each other even more. And then we concluded the first half with our annual photo shoot. So during this photo shoot, we come together, we coordinate, in our colors, and we get dressed up. I don't know about anyone else, but, it was something about my mother loved to see me get dressed up and look nice, right? So we put on our very nice dresses and honored our mothers by doing a photo shoot. So during this photo shoot, we wore shades of yellow for this particular photo shoot. And the theme was "A Mother's Love Still Shines." And so we came with our shades of yellow, our photos of our mother, and we took some group photos. And then we also took some individual photos as well with pictures of our mother. So that's kind of how we concluded the first half of 2026. So the exciting thing about this particular photo shoot, we are going to launch our very first calendar. So in 2027, we are going to launch our first I Am a Mother's Daughter, A Mother's Love Still Shines calendar. And so with this calendar, it's going to be like a fundraising opportunity because, of course, we are a nonprofit organization. So this will be one of our fundraising initiatives with this calendar. And so with this calendar, we're going to spotlight a few of the daughters and a favorite quote that they have shared, they will share from their mother. So hopefully it'll be a way for us to get the word out about I Am My Mother's Daughter, as well as spotlight what we are doing in regards to our organization.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And listen, I'm just excited about just people that are coming and finding hope in what you all are doing. Because imagine, I can only imagine one person coming and being a part of this, beautiful organization of women coming together and to come into the midst of other women that are nurturing and are caring and are respectful to one another. That one person that's coming in at that moment is like a wow moment, because there's so much is going on in their minds as they're coming into the door and trying to find out and understand, how do I fit in to this organization, and how can I be a impact to other people that will be coming in later on. So how do people really how do you grow the organization? In other words, how do they even come in the door and be a part of what you have going on?
Well, honestly, it has just really flourished from word of mouth. So say one sister, I relate to the ladies that participate. I call them sisters because they're like my sisters. So it's like one sister will share with someone else, or they'll post something on their social media page and someone will say, well, I would like to be a part of that. or I would like to know more information about that. So we do have a social media page. We have a Facebook page, and we also have Instagram. But our Facebook page has the most up to date and current information. And that Facebook page is I Am My Mother's Daughter. So on that Facebook page, of course, there's a security question because, again, even through our social media, we want to provide a safe place. So it is a private group. So in order to be a part of the social media Facebook group, the lady or daughter would have to answer the security question, one being, has your mother passed? Because again, we want this to keep it a safe place because someone may post something or say something or have a moment they need to be vulnerable, or they may need requests of prayer. It could be their mother's birthday, or it could be a special occasion, or something that has prompted them to need community. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, the group is private, and we just ask that the security question is answered in order for them to participate. So again, we do have the social media through Facebook. So it's I Am My Mother's Daughter if anyone is interested or would like to find out more information. And through there, they can find out about the meetings, the different events that we have going on, and pretty much anything that's related to I Am My Mother's Daughter.
Yeah. So I like the idea that you get in through someone else in a way, because it is generally, it seems like more or less by recommendation almost, and then you have a screening process for that safety, that's extra safety net for those your sisters for your sisters that are part of that group. And so I love it. And how can people donate? I know there's a link, and I will add that link later on to the feed, and so people will be able to reach out. But they can find you on what's that link again? What the app? Are you there? Can you hear me, Jennifer? Okay, I'm sorry, folks. Just lost Jennifer, but I'm gonna get her back. We nearing the end of the program as well, and but it's been rich thus far, and my prayer is that she'll come back on to close us out. This is such a wonderful program today, and the information that is being shared is just so powerful, and can absolutely make a difference in some life. Like I said, this podcast is launching out, unleashing the greatness within you, and certainly she's one that is unleashing the greatness within her, and that greatness within her is also having impact in the lives of other young people in our community, and her sisters, as she calls them. And so, Jennifer, thank you so much. And like I say, just hoping that you come back and join and close us out. She had some technical difficulty, and but yeah, definitely stay tuned. There will be more exciting guests coming on this show. We are on every Friday at 9 a.m. and thinking out Robert to set aside some time. We are also considering changing our time from mornings to evenings. And so I'll be taking some suggestions of what time works better. And so I want to make sure that I am providing a service to each and every one of you week in and week out. But for right now, we are launching our podcast, and we are live every Friday at 9 a.m. Also, you can go to the website, www.olubrownmotivations.com. There you'll be able to find resources that I believe will help you to reach your goals and your dreams. And you can also support us by way of Cash App, $ Olu Brown Motivations. Your resources will go to helping young people around the world reach their goals and their dreams by sending them to school and giving them the education that they need. Listen, on today, I want you to understand and to think and to know that you have greatness within you. You have more in you than you can ever imagine. You have not even begun to scratch the surface of what God has deposited in your life. And so, as we look at our goals and look at our dreams, please, by all means, don't sit and act as if you have 1,000 years to live. You only have time to do what you can now in this moment. Folks say tomorrow is not promised, but I will go as far as to say today is not promised. You can be here today and gone today. So act on your dreams. Act on your dreams. Do a little bit at a time. Even if you can't do all of it, do a little bit at a time. My sister Jennifer is doing absolutely what she's called to do. You can tell the passion in her voice. You can tell the passion in what she have executed and what she's going to do in the future. And so, find your niche. Find out what it is that you're supposed to do. Find out, even if it's hard, and it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but find out what it is that you can do for yourself, for your family, for your children, for your community, for your country. Find out what contribution can you make that will make a difference in somebody else's life. And so on today, as I bring this to a close, I want to thank my friend Jennifer Jeter. I am my mother's daughter. She's the CEO and founder of this organization. She's back with us, and we're going to bring her on for her closing thoughts. And I just want you to know that she is doing awesome work in our community. So glad to have you back on. I know there's been some technical difficulties, but here we are.
Yes. Okay, I do apologize. So where I live, I believe they're doing some work, and I don't know if you all can hear it, but I think they're doing some work, and I think it's interfering with the internet. So I do apologize for dropping off. But anyway, I'm sure you covered quite a bit while in my absence for that brief moment. But anyway, and in closing, again, I just want to thank you personally for allowing me this opportunity to share with you as well as the audience in regards to I Am My Mother's Daughter. Again, I'm just super excited for the doors and the opportunity to serve others in this capacity, and I take it lightly. God has given me the vision, and I am determined to do what He has called me to do. So I'm just very, very grateful for those that have taken the step of faith and have decided to be a part of I Am My Mother's Daughter. I have been really, truly blessed to work with some amazing women, daughters, and just as I Am My Mother's Daughter has been a blessing to them, they too have been a blessing to me. So again, are a positive group of women that are just trying to navigate life without our mother. And through this fellowship, through this ministry, we have been able to do that in a safe place. And again, for those that may have just be catching the end of this interview, we do meet monthly at the Renolda Branch Library in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And we come together for about an hour and, well, about 2 hours max for our meetings. I usually have a facilitator, a licensed individual or facilitator, or someone that is trained in their area of expertise to come in to speak with us. You can come get a good breakfast. And we have just an awesome fellowship and a time of community and fellowship. So if you are a daughter that has lost their mother, please, please, please consider joining us and being a part of this amazing fellowship. Again, we are a nonprofit organization, so we are open to donations and contributions to help make our fellowship possible. Most of the things that we do are kind of self-funded right now. We're still trying to navigate through this nonprofit and grant writing and all that other kind of stuff. So even if you are listening to this and you have expertise in grant writing and navigating through the nonprofit process, please reach out to me as well, because any information that you may have that could be helpful and to continuing to help I Am My Mother's Daughter be as successful would be greatly appreciated. So again, thank you for allowing me to come speak today, Brother Olu, and I really, really appreciate you and all that you're doing to make a difference in our community. I mean, the season that we're living in, we need as much positivity as possible, and I appreciate you making this platform available for us to hear some good news, right? Or hear about some good resources that can help people be successful and just be all that they can be. So again, I appreciate you and I thank you for this opportunity.
No, I thank you. It's been a blessing to be able to share with you in on this platform today. And I believe so many of us going to be blessed by your voice today. And so if you're listening, thinking not robbery to support I Am My Mother's Daughter. She has shared means of reaching out, and we're going to put the link in on this Facebook page as well, so that you can be able to click on it and support. And there are a 501c3. All of your donations are tax deductible, so you don't have to worry about not getting credit for your donation. So you don't have to give $5 or $10, even though those are appreciated, but you can give larger amount and even make donation of items that they can, kind of change into funds, and you will get a write-off. And so again, you want to share something, Jennifer?
Oh, no. I was just agreeing to what you were saying.
Oh, okay. Yes. All right.
Yes.
And for those that have a program or have doing something in our community, reach out to me, direct message me, and let's get you on. Let's talk about it. Even if you have a small business, let's talk about your small business. My idea, I'm in the people helping business. Let us come together and help each other grow and be better together. Let us unleash the greatness within us. That's what this is all about, unleashing the greatness within us. Jennifer, listen, I thank you so much. I really appreciate
Thank you.
And I know you got other things going on, and our listeners appreciate you. And I just want to thank all of our sponsors once again. I want to make sure to thank those of you who have supported us throughout the years, but I want to thank Dalton Funeral Services. They have been on supporting us. I also want to thank our friends at Cooper Realty that has been there. I want to thank Archangel Transportation. They also have been there. And new to the list is Trendy Ties. They have also been there supporting us throughout the years. And then Thinking Not Robbery, to get out there and purchase you a copy of the book Launch Out, Unleash the Greatness Within You. How many of you know you have greatness within you? And so go out, purchase the book, and let us use these resources to support our young people and our community. Listen, we love you. We pray that God will continue to do great things in you. And so go after your dreams as if your life depends on it. Why? Because it does. I love you. May heaven smile upon you. It's my prayer. God bless you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, folks. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.